Thank you, Mr. Belwal, for agreeing to be our first featured guest in this first edition of newsletter. So I'll ask you a few questions and would be very happy to get your responses. So what is your vision of MPSRLM in the next 3 years?
Thank you very much for having me today with you. In Madhya Pradesh, we have so far covered 35 lakh families under SRLM, and our target is 65 lakh. So in the next 3 years, we want to include all these 30 lakh poor women into SHGs. And once the SHGs are formed, then definitely we have to form the VOs and the CLFs also within next 3 years. But more important thing is that we have to engage minimum 50% of this total on livelihood activities. Currently, out of 35 lakh women, around 12 to 14 lakh women are engaged in some kind of livelihood activities, and I'm very happy to share with you that around 5 lakh women are now practicing more than minimum three livelihoods activities. So my vision would be that to include all the target women into SSGs, and also to ensure that 50% of those women are engaged in income generating activities.
Thank you. I think that's very good to hear. You know, there are a lot of these technical agencies which are providing technical assistance to MPSRLM. How do you see their role in achieving this vision?
In fact, the role of the technical agencies becomes very important, because we are now feeling that alone the MPSRLM staff will not be able to achieve those goals, because now we have to take off. The basic things have been done, the institution building things have started, and also our people, they understand how to do institution building, and the basic livelihoods activities also can be enhanced with the help of our staff. But when we say that we have to take off, means we have to now adopt higher practices of livelihood activities. For that, the role of technical agencies becomes very important, and without the assistance, our job will become very difficult.
Mr. Belwal, there is this renewed urgency now to step up livelihood intensification, especially in the post-COVID situation, to address rural distress. You have elaborated that all the kind of things that are being done, but how do you think that this can be done so that at least 50% of the SSG women are productively engaged in livelihood activities? I mean, there are a slew of initiatives which the NRLM is taking at the central level. So how do you see this unfolding?
In fact, for the last, say, 6 months or so, the interaction on day-to-day basis between the MPSRLM staff and the communities has reduced to minimum. Because of COVID, our staff was not able to go to the field regularly and frequently. But now I think that if we do not interact with the communities on day-to-day basis, the distance between them and us will widen, and if that happens, it is going to be very detrimental for the MPSRLM or the success of MPSRLM. So now we have to engage with the communities as frequently as possible. We have to get in touch with them physically, and also virtually we have to be addressing them in order to enhance the livelihood activities. During COVID, their main activities were the COVID related things like making of masks, making wash products, sanitizers, etc. But other mainly non-farm income generating activities came to almost a halt. So now what we are trying to do is that we are trying to facilitate mainly the non-farm income generating activities in such a way that those who have their agricultural lands find the non-farm activities as additional source of income, and for the landless women, the non-farm income generating activities become the main source of livelihoods. So that intensification is required, and we are trying to do that. And I'm also hopeful that in doing so, the role of technical agencies will again become very important.
Thank you. The other question I wanted to ask you was on the role of FNHW. Increasingly, we have found that poverty is a multidimensional thing, and unless FNHW behaviors are integrated within the SRLMs and mainstreamed, it would be difficult to achieve the poverty eradication goal. So what is your vision of integrating FNHW within MPSRLM?
FNHW indeed is deeply embedded, into MPSRLM, and for that matter, any SRLM. But the only thing is that there was not a focused approach on that, and it was not easily identifiable by our, field workers or staff. Now, ever since we are working with the technical support agency like yours, the FNHW is getting more attention, and it is, and we are now having a very focused approach. And our staff and even the community members, they also now realize, earlier also they were realizing in their subconscious mind, but now we all realize very clearly that FNHW cannot be seen in isolation. It is definitely, it has to be deeply embedded into the livelihoods activities. So we cannot ignore that, and it is very important for us to succeed.
Thank you. Last question. MPSRLM is one of the 3 state missions which have been identified to pilot knowledge management portal by the NRLM at the central level. So what is your view on this, and how do you propose to take advantage of this?
Yeah, I feel very happy about it because we have done some good works, exemplary works. That's why our state has been, one of those 3 states. But this knowledge management becomes very important for us because of 2 things. Number one, there are a lot of good practices happening inside our state. So to disseminate those activities, to replicate, in fact, inside our state, we have to identify those activities. MP itself is a very large state. So what happens in northern region, the western or eastern region people are generally unaware of that. So we have to identify the best practices and intra-state replication of those activities, and also the scaling up of those activities has to be done. And secondly, we often hear that very good practices or very good things are happening in the states of Bihar and Jharkhand as far as SRLM is concerned. So those activities have to be identified, and we'll be very happy to replicate those activities in our state also. So this knowledge management concept is very important, and I personally am very happy about it. And there are large number of activities, innumerable activities within our state and in these 2 states also, which get noticed, and they are documented, films are made, and they are disseminated elsewhere. It is a very good step on part of MORT.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been great talking to you, and we look forward to working very closely with MPSRLM under your leadership. Thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure indeed. And let me also tell you that your team with us here in Bhopal is working very well. And we are working in coordination with each other. And I hope they must be feeling very comfortable in Bhopal. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you, sir.